What is going on, guys? It is Chris here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing a few trades that we made on July 19th. Now the trading session just finished up here about 30 minutes ago. Fully out of all my positions except for LI, which is a swing that we're doing. But we went 3 for 4 for the day. We did SPX twice, SPY, and then LI here to wrap up the day. But we unfortunately had a huge loss on this one of 80%. But we did have two large bangers in the morning on calls for SPY and SPX that made up for that loss of 180% and 630. Now these ones, this one finished the day about 400% up, and this one finished the day about 1,300% up. So, yesterday was the same thing. We had 1,000%er. Didn't hold until that long. We sold at 450. So at least we sold a little bit later today, about 500%. So I'll take that. That was very nice. But I want to show you guys how we caught these gains. It's fairly easy actually. How to spot the early morning momentum and the push to the upside. But I'm going to walk you through my mindset. So the first thing I looked at in the morning is, futures. We're seeing a nice trend to the upside after that big sell-off yesterday. And we bottom over here, and we're bouncing off this trend line that we formed, previously over here. I'm going to stick up to the 3-minute time frame though. Now we're looking to gap up on SPY. We're looking for about a 1% gap up. We're having these nice morning runs in the late night sessions. And so we gap up 1% on SPY, and I'm looking at my algo thinking, okay, if we actually get a buy signal here, that's going to be confirmed. Now on these gap ups, a little bit more risky to take these signals simply because of course we can just retrace down, fill the gap, have some sort of weakness. It could just be liquidity grabs. But I'm looking at this, I noticed that after the signal triggers, we actually have some chop. So we enter our first position, which is 388 calls, these ones right here, which we closed at 180% gain. Those ones expire tomorrow, Wednesday, and we open these ones at about 638. So that is right about here, 638, and we're buying in the chop because I don't want to buy either on a big leg down. If we end up continuing, I want to buy on this chop. I like buying on the chop, and I'm looking for a break to the upside. I think that the market is very strong in the morning after this big push. So after the big push, we're looking for, break out of this flag. We have this consolidation here, and it's holding the 9, fairly nicely, holding right around it. So we break back above here. We're about 5-6% down, and this is where we actually enter some SPX calls. Now we're going to go back to the 1 minute here to find the precise entry. It was about 657 Pacific that we entered these ones. So right here on this pump, and I'm looking for the momentum to the upside. So in the 1 minute, that's our entry. 3 minute is so easy to see where we entered, which is right here at the beginning of this candle. I'm looking to see these holds on the 9 look very strong. So I'm expecting a big move to the upside. And even after this candle, you can easily get these entries. Because look what happens. It breaks the high day that we formed basically within the first 6 minutes there. And then we retest and we actually hold above that level on this wick, right? We wick, and then we actually, boom, we break back to the upside again here. So that can be a secondary entry. If you're ever scalping anything, 9 EMA is so nice on the 3-minute chart on these trend days. And we know that it's going to be nice because it's been respecting the 9 EMA all of the pre-market. So that's how we actually know to use the 9 EMA and how we can understand it should be a trend day and not have too much chop, especially after we broke out of that chop. So those are our two entries right there. To recap, first we took the algo, right? Took the algo. We're looking at the algo. Confirmed signal should have about 84% accuracy. So that's how we know we're bullish in the morning. And also, if we were to go down, so let me tell you, you have to have this mindset. If we were to go down on SPX or ES, we basically wanted this chop to lead to more downside, because on these consolidation periods, if you're already having an uptrend into the market open, that looks a little bit bullish to me. We would have seen chop here and a break to the downside right there, but you can see the buyers stepped in right about midnight today, and so that is when we know that is going to be bullish. Let's say you're trading futures, right? We know that we're bullish, and off this morning push, it's not going to be any sort of downside move. If any, it's going to just be pullback, so you can just buy on the pullbacks. And these wicks in the morning, very nice as well here. This is how we know we can actually hold a larger portion of the position. 15-minute has nice wicks to the downside and just continues to go green. And the 5-minute as well, we're having some nice wicks in through here when we're trying to enter, and nice wicks all along here, which is very bullish for us. And these candles tell a lot. When we're pushing to the upside like that, that's how we know we can stay in those trades. And now we have this consolidation period. The consolidation period is where I got burned on these puts. Now I entered puts, where was it, right around here at 9:15 Pacific, and I was expecting, right, so on this consolidation, typically what does happen on bullish consolidation, we see consolidation like this. We see a dip below this first pullback right here in the consolidation period. So I was expecting us to scalp this, have a pullback, let's say to 3,900, which is a psych level, and then push the upside. And I'm expecting to see this. I was just going to sell it, 20% gain. You know, my risk management is absolutely horrible, at least when I'm holding these positions. I can't really admit that I'm wrong a lot, so that's a problem that I have in trading. I can hit bangers and whatnot, but I struggle with, you know, cutting positions when they go into the red. So that's something I have to work on personally. So I learned that today, right? And so ended up pushing the upside. This is where it started to go into 1,000%er, then 1,500, and then it just went from there, right? Huge gains on those SPX. Very, very nice. We got it 630%. Not going to complain about that. 180, and then this loss that we just went over right here on this consolidation. Never short this, even if it's for scalps. You're basically never going to get it. And if you're going to short it, you're going to want to be playing the break of this. And it's going to be 1 to 2 candles in the 1 minute, really. Nothing major. And if it pops back above, entry for calls, boom, just enter that. You're not going to regret it. It's going to pump after that, usually during this sort of choppy, bullish consolidation after the run. Okay, so keep that in mind. Last play that we did was LI. Now I was looking at this one on the daily. We saw this huge sell-off. I think there was some sort of, I don't know if there was EV news or what, but I'll tell you on the daily here, this looks so nice. So we have this daily support right here at about 36.15, and so I'm looking for this wick below. Usually when we have this consolidation, remember we just talked about this. We have the consolidation, a dip, they liquidity grab right here. They have a liquidity grab, and then they push it up. So now I'm expecting them to push it up. Of course, Tesla ER tomorrow after hours. But look at that. Nice liquidity grab. They push it below that support zone right here where we had double bottoms. Below that, nice wick to the upside, chops around a little bit, and then there we had that good rally. So this one we caught 12%, but we had, you know, a month out expiry, so a lot of time on that one. That's all we have for today. If you guys have any questions, you can let me know in the comments. But pretty nice trading day. We went 3 for 4. I'm not going to complain. I'm up about 11% on the day. I actually forgot to add our last scalp in through here, which is SPY puts, but too quick, and I think that this is what we should be covering today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. See you guys tomorrow or in the next one. Peace.